Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda. Today I'm playing with the Counterfeit Kit Challenge, and the challenge number 1 is Shaker Pocket. I'm also using some of my papers from July and June. And so the July kit was Moonlight from Tracy Reed, and I actually have some of those papers, so I'm actually going to use it. So these are some of the papers I have from Moonlit. I also have the embellishments, and so I took these stars and I fussy cut them out with a craft knife. And I added an overhead plastic because I have lots of that because I was a teacher. Well, I'm still a teacher, but I used to use an overhead and I don't use overheads anymore. So all good. And this is the ones that goes in the laser printer, so there's no roughness to them or anything. And I've already backed it with some foam adhesive. And I'm just going to sprinkle the, the sequins in to make these itty bitty little cute shaker pockets. And then I heat embossed some scrap white with black. And so I just took my heat embossed ink pad and I smeared it across, and I heat embossed like a whole patch of black, and you'll see that here in a second. And that's what I'm going to back them in, because why not? I'm going to pull off the sticker adhesive first. And I will speed this up here in a second. Most of the time I speed it up. Oh, now I'm going faster. Most of the time I speed it up right away, and today I didn't need to because there's lots of explaining to do to start with. So just pulling that up, it's going to stick to my finger and it's going to turn over, and oh well, whatever. So put that all back in, and then here's that black piece. And I did show you earlier, I just didn't talk about it a little bit earlier. And then I'm just going to cut around it and making sure that all the holes are covered. And then this is going to get glued down anyway, and that is done. I'm going to back the other one, but I'm not going to make you watch the other one. Just making sure everything shakes well. And I am going to ink up the edges here because I didn't quite like how bright that white was. And I'm going to use this dark paper, so I just wanted a little bit different, and I really like how that turned out. A little bit more ink and a lot more ink, and perfect. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with this one, so pulling off the stuff and done. And so I'm going to cut my photos down. These two photos are of my youngest. She is pretty new. She was born with that much hair. Both of my kids had lots of hair when they were born. So I'm just cutting these down to 3.5 by 4.5, I think is what they end up being. And then I cut this paper like I'm doing a 3x4, but I don't have a 3x4. So I'm like, darn it. So I could go print more of it off because this Tracy Reed collection is technically a digital one. So I can print it off as much as I want. But I was like, I don't want to waste this. So I cut a new one that works for the 3.5 by 4.5. And then I'm like, is there room to like piecemeal this together? No, I could offset it. I don't really want to offset it, is what I'm thinking. And so I'm just trying, like, not going to match up the colors. Ugh. This one's good. This is going to go here. I am going to trim the photo down, is what I decided, because there's just enough room to still be able to do that. So not a big deal. Done. Yay. And so I picked out this star background paper, and I've used a chunk of it already, so I'm just going to cut it off so it's straight, because that is not straight. And then just making sure, because it does curl a little bit, but that's okay. And then I'm going to get these photos put down, and then I do need a background piece. So I was thinking maybe cardstock. I was thinking maybe a pale yellow because of what my youngest is wearing for her nighttime shirt. She was born in July. Actually, she just had her birthday. So short sleeves was a lot of our life because July was hot. So I thought about this one, which has kind of a marbly effect, and it would have worked just fine. I just wasn't really feeling it with my blue embellishments. So this is what I have left for my June papers. So lots. I pulled a lot for June with the hopes that I would have some time in June, but I don't know what I was thinking. I'm a teacher. I had report cards. I had provincial exams. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just too tired after work to do anything else. So, whatever. So I'm going to use my T-square and not use it well, but that's okay. It was curling and it wasn't, it is what it is. I get it on eventually. And it's about 8.5 square. So, which is fine. It's a printer paper cardstock. So, well, it's cardstock that I put through the printer. And then I'm going to back the one up on foam that she's kind of looking at the camera, facing the camera. I'm getting down at her so she can be in the camera. I don't know. And then just getting this on. This is so cute. And then getting my shakers on already. And I love how little these ones are and that they're a funky shape. Because it made me happy. I want to do something just a little bit different. And then I have these gray hearts, and there is gray in her onesie that she's got on, so gray it is. I am not going to pull any more yellow in, but there's yellow in the star paper and in the plaid, and so I'm going to call that one good. But I am going to use these iridescent sequins that are in the pocket everywhere. And it is going to be very minimally embellished today because the sequins kind of does it for what it needs to, and so does the shaker pocket. So just leaning into that. I do need a title yet, and I am using my pickup tool. This one is from Stamp It Up, and I like it. I have to cut it off. It has a wax tip, and it's meant to be cut off, and I couldn't find it for the longest time. And yay, I now have it. So it's lovely because you just pick it up for the sequence and then you plop it down and you don't have to hit a button or anything, and they just is super, super easy slick. So whoever came up with this idea is a genius. I love this tool. I just couldn't find it for a really long time, but now I have it again. So yay. It was in the back of a drawer somewhere. So I'm gonna sprinkle lots of sequins on here, putting some on the photos and some on the background mat and some on the border larger piece, just to like give it that nighttime feel. And these sequins are, I think they were from a clearance thing at Michael's. And then this Keep On Dreaming has a little bit of silver in it with a star, and it came off of a Hip Kit Club chipboard piece. And so I thought that worked perfect for the theme of this one. And it's just an itty bitty title, but I think it works. And then I'm going to take my ink and I'm just going to ink around the outside of this because I felt like it needed to be contained just a little bit more. And you can't really see it when you're looking here. And I did try to show that it was good, it could shake, but it doesn't really show up on the screen. But meh, there'll be some close-ups here to start with. I didn't do my normal, hey, here's my page, but oh well. So there's my shaker pocket. So you can see all the fun colors you get on that one sequence. And the sequence looks clear, but it does pick up all sorts of things from the light. If you liked my video today, I would love a thumbs up. If you're new to me, you can hit the subscribe button that's right here. Thank you so much for watching. There's some other videos if you want to take a look. Have yourself a wonderful day.